This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 927. I am Brian Kilby. Radio Free Cybertron is the world's first and oldest toy and action figure podcast, and we were almost the world's first and oldest biscuit podcast, because in pre-show, Don and I got into a kerfuffle about the quality of a certain restaurant chain's biscuits. Don and I, we still love each other. We're still friends. But we'll never talk about biscuits again.
Yeah, I judge the quality of a place by their country ham biscuit.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Well, pretty good.
What, you like biscuits, right?
With sausage gravy on them.
Yeah. Technically, Maryland is below this Mason-Dixon line, so technically on the podcast right now, everybody on the podcast this week is a Southerner. Rob, that includes you.
I live in West Virginia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maryland really only shows it's Southern when it snows and we buy all the milk, toilet paper, and bread from the grocery store.
Yeah.
For an inch of snow.
John, growing up in Texas, like, what did you have for breakfast? Like, what was a common breakfast fare there?
Well, I mean, you choose between American breakfast and, which is more like a Southern breakfast, and then like Tex-Mex breakfast. So it's kind of one or the other. But if we're talking like American breakfast, it's typical stuff. I mean, biscuits, white gravy, scrambled eggs, sausage, sausage patties, not links usually. So that was a big distinction. So typical stuff.
So Chris is from Chicago, and I knew that the South had won finally the breakfast wars when at TFCon 10 years ago or so, I was able to get like decent breakfast in Chicago. But you're in Tennessee now.
Yeah. The breakfast of my childhood that, stands out formatively in my mind is my grandmother, my Southern grandmother, making me pancakes. So like, not even anything like special or specific to the region, just like that was that, and biscuits were a dinner thing. But like in my northern days, like my breakfast would be really like basic standard fare of, just bacon and egg kind of thing. Like we never really went in for like regional specific kind of meal stuff like that. I wanted to ask John though. So you mentioned American breakfast versus Tex-Mex breakfast. What is the Tex-Mex breakfast?
Like breakfast tacos, and so like a side of beans if you want.
I don't know about the beans, but taco, absolutely.
That might find its way into your breakfast burrito or your breakfast tacos. But
yeah, breakfast beans might be a road too far for me, but like otherwise maybe.
We're talking like we're talking like what you would get, like refried beans, pintos, or black beans. We're not talking about beans, not talking beans and toast.
Yeah,
which I've tried it. It's not bad. I don't think it couldn't be a part of my breakfast staple.
It sure is food,
Yeah,
yeah. Definitely never putting baked beans on eggs like the British. Never.
I love baked beans.
Come together.
I love baked beans. I love eggs. I'm certain it's great. It's not something though that it's like a comfort food for me.
It feels like something you have to be brought up on.
Yeah.
So that was Get the Skinny. We'll see you next week. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. So man, big news this week. Diecast isn't here.
Is that the big news?
I guess.
Or was it just like a bridge to the big news?
I haven't looked at the show notes yet, so I don't really know what the big news is.
It's not like a bridge too far.
So I guess we can start off with our weekly Liokaiser watch. We have 5 days left before the campaign ends. We've known for most of the time that it was going to go through. We were going to get our Liokaisers eventually. Just last night, it crossed the 18,000 backer line. So we have crossed and gotten every tier unlocked now. We were at 18,250 about 45 minutes ago. I haven't checked for, the next most current number. Maybe we're at 18,252 now. But yeah, with 5 days left, it's funding. We're going to get all the tiers. We're getting the stands for Liokaiser. And I guess the stands will also be for the individual, like the ones with flight modes. It'll be for them too. At this point, all we have left to do is wait and see like how far this shoots up in the last couple days and see where this kind of ranks on the hierarchy of Transformers HasLabs. I would assume if this does like big numbers at the end, like Omega Prime and Deathsaurus did, there will probably be some kind of extra little bonus offering worked into it that we'll find out about in a few months, like the Titan Master with Omega Prime and the extra Micromasters that Deathsaurus came
They
with.
should throw in a Grandis,
Yeah, I agree.
just for me.
Well, can I have one too? I was backer number 1, remember?
Yeah.
So, like, honestly, if they throw in a Grandis, it should be for me because I'm number 1.
The extras they throw in are generally a little bit smaller than that, Brian. So don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, no, I mean, if anything, I would assume it would just be like another like exclusive Micromaster redeco / retool.
Yeah.
It could be Holly's girlfriend / teammate, whatever her name was.
Good victory knowledge here, all of us.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's
It could be Imusa, the Zone Bunny Rabbit.
I wouldn't mind a John figure to go with Star Saber.
I take a John figure. He'd have to be like doing his back pose where he's showing his back muscles on his old MySpace page. John.
I get that reference.
Yeah,
I get that
so
reference.
John DeLuna. Okay. Okay. Now this is big news. This made me happy. Takara Tomy Wild King line officially revealed.
Or as one of the machine translations of the promo materials called it, wild cooking.
I love it. I love this. So this looks to me. So like I love these one-off Japanese series. Like
Yeah.
Transformers Go. The problem was the toys were bad, and like it just didn't click. But
I
this
love
looks,
the idea of
Yeah.
Transformers Go.
Yeah, but this looks fun. These look great. Now I've only looked at photos. So so obviously you have Optimus Prime and Megatron. Is the giraffe Long Rack or is it like a different name?
It's Light Long
Light Long.
or Long Light, something like that. It's I think they have the names in the
We were just
article.
joined by Diecast, who did not get to weigh in on his breakfast foods, but I know he likes pancakes and he'll also eat biscuits. So
I like everything breakfast.
yeah, you do. You need to come over and we'll have Diecast. I'm sorry, but like next time you come over, like I have my favorite restaurant, I'll take you to it. But come over on a Saturday, and I'll take you to their breakfast buffet. It is awesome. That's what led us to this conversation. So that was in
Cool.
pre-show.
Oh, one
I
more
have to
thing.
be there in May.
Oh yes, let's do it.
Oh, one more thing. You were raised in the UK, right?
No, you weren't raised there, were you?
No.
Okay, just I was wondering if you had an opinion on baked beans on eggs.
Ooh, that sounds nasty.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't think it sounds nasty at all.
I mean, I kind of do.
I'll put
I don't like
salsa
baked
on
beans
eggs.
anyway. But
I love
Yeah.
baked beans. Oh god, they're great. Okay, so let's see here. Optimus Prime and Light Long Wild.
That's a
Optimus-
giraffe.
Yeah, the giraffe. Captain Volca with Megatron.
Captain Volca's the T-Rex.
Energy Master Optimus Prime. Energy Master Megatron.
Yeah, so those are the same toys. You can just get them individually
Ah.
or in sets with one of the animals that they combine with.
Okay, Hydrophant and Leafback.
I love Hydrophant. I like that.
The name or the toy?
I kind of like both. I mean,
Okay.
the colors are kind of neat, and it's like
It's no Ultra Mammoth.
Yeah,
no,
so
it's no Ultra
I
Mammoth,
love
but
Ultra Mammoth.
it's just
So I'm gonna say the opposite of what I normally say in the U.S. In the U.S., I want them to create new characters, but for these, since it's not something that I can just go to the shelf and buy, and there's no fiction here for it or whatever, I'm kind of disappointed they didn't go back and bring characters back from like I wish that the dinosaur, the T-Rex was Beast Wars Megatron, et cetera, et cetera.
I mean, I'm sure that's why that's paired with a Megatron.
Yeah,
that concept.
but it's
obviously,
clearly not Megatron,
It's
though.
clearly not. It's not even the right color.
Yeah. These look great, though.
No,
do.
like the play pattern looks super fun, and like when I started actually like looking at these, like giving them some real attention, what I really felt with this is that these are almost like they feel to me like a spiritual successor to Power Core Combiners.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's not exactly the same,
yeah.
but they link up. So when we first talked about this, we thought it would be like Power Links from Energon.
More or less, yeah.
It's not that. It's they come apart and you can connect them all together.
Yeah, so like at least the Optimus and Megatron toys look like they can transform from their vehicle to robot modes without disassembly. To do the combined modes, there is some taking them apart. So I think like you would take the arms off or the legs off, depending what combination you're going to. And at least if you're doing the core robot with the 4 animals combined mode, the like real super mode, the legs of the torso robot actually become the feet for the combiner then. So like you get a big stable foot for the combined form without having to have extra accessories to keep track of. Like I thought that was a really thoughtful piece of engineering for that. I don't know what becomes of their arms when you attach one of the animals to them that way, but like at least there's a good use for the lower legs.
Yeah. Do we have any idea when this will be available?
So there is a web series which is going to launch on the 26th of March. Wave 1 of the toys, which is what we're looking at here, is going to be released 1 month later.
So do we know like the retail channels, Amazon Japan, we expect them to have it, hopefully?
Yeah, this as far as I know, this is not like, a retailer exclusive kind of thing. Every retailer that carries toys should have these. We do have the price points. So the like Optimus and Megatron, the 2-pack versions with 1 animal robot each, those are listing at 7,480 yen, which is 60 something dollars. Yeah. The individual releases, the Optimus and Megatron are 4,950 each, which would be $38-40. And the animal robots are coming in around $19 equivalent.
So do we have the heights for these? Like, are the animal robots vaguely like deluxe size?
The animal robots are probably going to be like small scouts to legends.
Oh, that's not cheap. I mean,
because like
cheap,
if you look at Light Long, you can see a bunch of the ports on the legs.
Oh yeah,
those are 5mm ports, almost certainly. So like you can kind of get a sense of the scale from that. The core robots, I'm going to assume, are going to be like smallish deluxes. So these are Japanese original Transformers toys. The Japanese toy market prices are always higher than what we're typically accustomed to. These are more or less in line with what the size of these seems like from the clues we have, but no, we don't have like direct in-hand height comparisons for these so far. Again, this wave will come out at the end of next month, so we'll have a lot more information by then about exactly how big they are, how the play pattern actually functions practically. Hopefully by then too, we might have some hints of the second wave of these, which will probably be released a few months further in. But yeah, like I think once this toy line like gets a few waves in and has more molds to it and has more interchangeability, like I think this is going to really like come alive in its way, and the play pattern is going to really feel strong. Like it's a great start right now. I'm super interested in this. I don't really want to pay Japanese toy market prices for all of these toys, but like this is absolutely something I'm going to keep my eye on, and hopefully it might even be something Hasbro would import, like at least as a Pulse exclusive or something in small quantities for those of us on this side of the ocean that are interested in it.
Yeah, it looks like
Blade Raider is posted in the Discord, tfradio.net/Discord, that at least for Optimus, when his arms come off, they store in the lower legs.
Oh, that's great. And like Megatron's legs look to be equally chunky, so they can probably do that too.
Yeah. So if you price this out for the whole wave, either going with the 2-packs or the 4 smaller ones with the 2 larger ones, we're looking at about over 200,000 yen, so around $140 for the whole first wave.
Yeah,
which is not cheap, but it could be worse.
You do get a slight price break if you buy the Optimus and Animal and Megatron and Animal
Very
2-pack
slight.
versions. Yeah. But, if you're spending almost $150 on the complete Wave 1, like, any few dollars off you can manage is going to matter.
Yeah. Okay, so Target Transformers Thursdays. Last Thursday was reissue of Legacy Devcon.
That's still up for pre-order on Target's website for anybody who missed that. Devcon is an excellent retool of
Yes.
Studio Series Blur. It's my favorite iteration of that engineering. And if you were not able to get that, 2 years ago now, when it was in a very poorly distributed Legacy Wave, go pre-order that and get that. Like, it's absolutely
Yes.
worth
It's,
getting.
it's also gone up on Pulse. It didn't go up
Okay.
immediately, but it is up as of, I think, yesterday.
I mean, I think that was my figure of the year. I
It
think.
very well might have been,
Yeah,
and it
could
was
have
deserved.
It's a good figure. So Thursday the 20th, we have Ramhorn, Dawn, not the reissue, with Rat Bat and Perceptor.
Yeah, the Studio Series 3-pack.
Yeah. So that's worth
That'll be
picking.
going up for pre-order tomorrow.
That I don't have, so got to get that. And the 27th will be Devastation Decepticon Trooper 2-pack.
The Conehead and the Blue Battle Charger.
Battle Charger, yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
that
No.
ram horn is the counterpart to the single pack steel jaw that we got.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And distressingly, I have not seen anything that indicates the other speaker for Blaster is included with the set.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's no reason to believe that that's actually part of that.
Sad. Okay.
Well, I mean, I think if we just wait a little bit longer, we will probably see thousands of steel jaws hit Ollies for
Ollies,
$2, and
yeah.
then you can have all the speakers that you want.
Yeah.
Because those things had to go somewhere.
We all bought them.
Yeah. Okay. Prepare for financial devastation. Robosen wants to make a Devastator.
Yeah.
How is this going to work? I know we saw a photo. I know we saw like schematics, but like, do we expect each individual robot to transform?
Apparently that is the intention of this. So I want to be real clear here. What we're looking at is very basic CAD modeling for what these would end up being. Like, this is just a little bit past like the block model stage of development. So I think the way this looks to me and the way some of the translations of the text is reading, this almost seems like it might be something. It either is directly or related to a patent filing. So this may be an expression of intent for them, and this is not something that's ever going to actually materialize. But like, they absolutely are looking at and kind of working out the engineering principles of making a Robosen interactive robot Devastator and Constructicon.
How?
Someone is discussing the feasibility of this somewhere.
How are they selling enough of these to justify this?
That's a really, really good question.
Well, I know you can justify the price because once the Devastator gets built, it can actually like knock down walls for you, so
Yeah.
it'll help with demolition.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's something. We'll see what materializes from that.
But like, I'm looking at the machine translation of the text description on this, and again, this reads a lot like it's a patent application. So like, it's describing it as the abstract of the principle here. The present invention relates to a deformable robot which comprises a head, shoulders, chest, hips, upper arms, and lower arms located on both sides of the chest, and thighs, lower legs, and feet located below the chest. Good place for them. The deformable robot is equipped with 6 deformable small robots and wings, which are respectively an excavator, bulldozer, a trailer located on the trunk, and a shovel, a mixer, and a crane located on the lower leg. The 6 deformable small robots can achieve a combined state, humanoid form, and mounting state, and can automatically move under non-human interference, greatly increasing the playability and operability of the robot. So this sounds alarmingly like they are planning to make 6 individual Constructicon robots that then can become a Devastator, which functions like a Robosen robot also. Like, this is insane.
Yeah.
The
be
Devastator,
a
however,
frame.
is going to be a frame, very much like the current
Yes,
Age of the
yes, it
Primes. So, and you're just basically going to plug in the vehicles.
Yeah.
Right, because I already saw the scrapper. Like, they made the scrapper already.
Well, I've seen the video of the transforming scrapper, and like, I did not see any provenance with that. So like, that could be a proof of concept piece that they put together for that, but it looked very finished compared to what we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
You know, that could also be like, you know, Brian, when the Robosen Optimus Prime was first a thing, he was talking about how, you know, from China, there was already very similar, not licensed transforming robots that worked basically the same way and looked a lot like that. This could be something like that that's being associated with this because it's similar.
Okay,
Like-
Python Patroller just won the chat this week. He named this Devastator.
Devastator.
Dev.
Oh yeah, Devastator, yeah.
Show title?
No, I've already got show title.
Oh.
It's a good runner up though.
Yeah, like if Don, if you had come up with the pun, that would have been a show title contender.
Oh.
But like from the chat, I just there's royalties and things I got to worry about, and like they haven't signed the paperwork, so
No, but this is insane. The scrapper may exist and may be a Robosen robot actually legitimately, but like at this point I'm thinking this is more like they're getting their ducks in a row to maybe actually make this, and they haven't actually started trying to make it yet. No, I'm with
Or
Brian.
maybe they made the robot and they're like, maybe we can make a frame that we can just stick the robot on. I don't even want to know how much it's going to cost. Like, this was not on my Transformers bingo card for 2025.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it's with anybody's bingo card.
something like this. Yeah, we're getting a weird form of the Devastator Wars this year. No, something like this, I would really hope that, like, if they're going to do 6 Constructicons and then a robot frame, presumably you plug them into, that can also be interactive, I would hope that they would do rather simpler, maybe smaller versions of the Constructicons as robots, just to keep that total price tag a little bit more under control. I don't have much faith that would actually happen, but like, no, I agree with Brian's original concern here. Like, how are enough of these Robosen robots actually selling that they feel like they could justify even putting in the groundwork on maybe making this? Like, that is beyond me.
yeah.
I think some people, it's an extremely collector focused item, and they only come, well, like a new one comes out only like every year and a half, maybe 2 years. So I thought they were teasing a
Bumblebee.
fully transformable Bumblebee.
Yeah, they were.
But I haven't seen that yet.
No, they haven't done the actual reveal yet, but like that'll be coming at some point, probably in the next few months. No, like again, this Devastator material looks super, super early, so this is kind of just they're nuts. Let's see if anything actually comes with this kind of item.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on from YouTube, Toys R Us has Age of the Primes, Heatwave, and Skybite, and TFW has screenshots of the videos.
So I'm very impressed with how tall Skybite is. Like Heatwave looks totally nice, but like I'm really happy with how large Skybite appears to be. Like that compared to Studio Series 86 Optimus.
Yeah, he looks
Like, that's
a little
good.
shorter than the original toy, I guess. Maybe.
I'm not sure about that actually.
Like, isn't that's Commander class Optimus Prime? I would say that Skybite is maybe a little taller. This one's a little taller too, though, with the fin on the head. Yeah, they're probably pretty close. I need it.
Yeah, no, I mean it looks really good. I was expecting it to be a fair bit smaller than it looks like it is now with these in-hand comparisons. So like this is a very pleasant surprise. I'm very happy to see that. And again, Heatwave also looks really nice. Height-wise, I don't think there's as much surprise to this because it is a retool of the bulkhead that that mold's been around for some time now. Everybody's kind of familiar with how big that is, how it works. It Heatwave is like a head shorter than Skybite too, so that kind of also gives an indication to how tall Skybite is. No, both of these Voyagers look really good. I'm looking forward to getting them. You know, ideally, if they show up, in a store somewhere. I have not pre-ordered either of these because I'd like to do less of that this year, honestly. But yeah, I'm super happy with this. I'm glad we've got some good in-hand looks at them, and I know we're only to the point of Age of the Primes just starting to filter out into stores right now, but can we just go ahead and skip to Wave 2 and have these guys already?
Yeah. Okay, licensed Transformers Easter.
Okay, that I guess Google Docs auto-corrected that on me.
Yeah,
I definitely
Easter
typed
baskets.
Easter.
Yeah, so licensed Transformers Easter baskets. Licensed? What?
Yeah.
So Family Dollar. Oh, they look not great.
But they're licensed.
Yeah, they're licensed.
Transformers Easter basket with no actual like Transformers figures in it seems
And not actually a basket.
Yeah, seems
Yeah.
kind of dumb.
I kind of want it though, just because it's got a little bit of candy, some stickers, and it's only a 24-piece puzzle. That might take me a couple hours, but for
What's in it? Like, I see a puzzle. I see some sort of disc.
Uh-huh.
I see...
it's a frisbee, maybe
okay, it's got taffy.
taffy, and I think that might be chalk.
Yeah, I think
Like-
there's some chalk in there.
God. Yeah.
I think the press release does kind of go over the contents. Jumbo chalk, a flying disc, and a box of tasty taffy candy.
Mm.
All packed in a keepsake box that can be used for Easter Day activities and for storage at a later time.
Nice.
All for $10 to $12 US.
Okay. I don't want to go to Family Dollar, and this isn't going to make me go in there, so...
Hey, Brian, buy some silver.
Yeah, so the New Zealand Mint, they have their Agoro, I want to call it Agro, their Agoro brand, brand new Transformers 40th anniversary Bumblebee silver coin. Looks like they have a Soundwave.
Grimlock.
And a Seeker, I think.
I'll be honest, I came very close to buying one of these already.
The Soundwave looks
good.
weird.
Well, you have to buy 3 of the Seekers.
Yeah.
So Soundwave, I would say, is very much a mix of toy and cartoon in the styling. So that's making it come across a little bit odd just because of the particular shapes and details they chose to blend. Maybe if it had a yellow visor instead of the red one.
Yeah. So there's an Optimus and Megatron, some other ones they've done. I was pricing these recently, and yeah, I almost bought one. You're not buying it for the silver content.
No.
It's an ounce of silver, and it's what, like $100 for one of these?
$119.
Yeah, so silver right now, you're looking a little over $30. You're buying it for the limited nature of it, the collectible aspect. And it is licensed, so it's cool. I don't know what it would take for me to actually take the plunge and buy one of these. Like maybe if there's a Galvatron or like a Metroplex or something else, but or a Rodimus. I guess a season 3 character, any season 3 character. Or Beast Wars, but yeah, I haven't pulled the trigger, but I am interested. So let's jump to what we got this week. I figured this will probably take a while.
Don, you ready?
Yes, I am. All right. I was lucky enough to stop by my local supercenter, Walmart Supercenter, and I did find Wave 1 of Age of the Primes.
All of Wave 1?
After checking for 5 days in a row.
The whole wave done?
Huh?
The whole
yes,
wave?
the whole wave. All four deluxes were there, and I want to give a shout out to Wasp. Thank you, Wasp, because I wasn't going to buy him, but it's because he was on the front peg that I actually noticed him stuck in the middle of all the Transformers 1 stuff. So that green kind of jumped out at me. So spoiler, I did get Wasp. I swear, I wish this figure had been about 10% bigger just to get a little more space for the arms. The arms are giving me troubles here, but went ahead and got him. Really can't talk about Solus Prime. Did not get a chance of all the ones I got to open. This was the last one, and I just could not get it transformed to talk about because there's a lot of twists and turns in her legs, and things were popping off. It's not a quality issue. It's just very hard to do all that reading instructions.
She's the one I would open first.
Well, I was going to, but I really wanted to get the Aerialbots open first. So, from a
I
figure
didn't find
standpoint-
the Aerialbots, so Solus Prime is the one I'm opening first. Go ahead.
Yeah, but she looks great. I have watched a video on her in the past. Transformation is very for a deluxe is pretty good on the deluxe. No, great paint. The gold is a very nice. This is the kind of gold we should have gotten in the past when they said it was going to be gold, and we get butterscotch. So, great paint job, great looking figure. Just did not get a chance to transform her yet.
So here's why
So
it's cool.
Don,
Here's why it's cool. Mike also got these deluxes and has basically was at a similar place with Solus. It is apparently like very complex and has a lot of small parts and stuff does pop off during the transformation. So this is not like an isolated to Don issue here.
oh, I was gonna say maybe Don's being a little rough with her.
Anyway, but the first two I did open were the Aerialbots because, let's face it, the Aerialbots Superion has always been one of the best looking combiners from a cohesive standpoint. He's also been one of the most boring ones. The Aerialbots themselves have a lot more interesting colors compared to Superion, but they really did a lot of work on not making all the Aerialbots, or at least so far these two, not be carbon copies, because that's usually what you get is they all share the same skeleton. These do to a point, but Slingshot, for example, has the best jet mode because it's very tight, very compact, and it looks very close to what he's supposed to look like on the Harrier jet. The arms do go into the sides, but they also fold up and are right here on this twin panel. So it doesn't really look like a traditional Aerialbot with the arms just stuck at the sides. And get ready for a lot of people saying, and then you combine or wars the leg. Because on Slingshot, you combine or wars the leg. So if it works, don't. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I think Matt would disagree.
But
Very much so.
yeah, because you can tell on the, it definitely is the combiner war legs. But the cool thing is, Air Raid is not like that. Air Raid is not just a carbon copy. Now his arms do just slap by the side once you fold the fists in. They're kind of just arms hanging out on the side. But he doesn't wear the jet mode as well because you have all of his feet there on the bottom. So it's not as elegant because with Slingshot, his toes are under the rear of the plane. So it doesn't really stand out. Nothing on Slingshot stands out as like it's a folded up jet. You know it is because you know Slingshot. But just looking at it, it's very tight and looks good. Air Raid, unfortunately, and I call Air Raid my character since I created him and sent him into Hasbro and was rejected, and then 6 months later Air Raid came out. But anyway, that's unfortunate. Just the back folds down to form the feet and then folds up under the jet as undercarriage. But it's still a very good looking jet, just not as slick as sorry.
So this is an edit point. So
Yeah,
Don,
I'm
let's
sorry.
let's start this thought over without saying that's unfortunate and referring to what you're showing. Can you just start over and say what you don't like about it?
Okay, sorry. I don't like that he's not as slick as far as in jet mode as Slingshot, but he looks better in robot mode. Slingshot looks like he looks like a kid playing dress up in his daddy's clothes. It's just a little too disproportionate arms versus chest versus head. But Slingshot's always had a weird profile anyway. Air Raid pulls off the robot mode a lot cleaner and a lot more in proportion than Slingshot does. So it's kind of a mixed bag. They're both really good figures. One jet mode isn't good as the other. One robot mode isn't as good as the other. But yeah, definitely glad that they're not just carbon copies of each other. So there's that. So I'm really glad I was able to get them, and I'm 2 out of 5 on the way to Superion. Wasp, I was transforming him just because I haven't touched my Bumblebee in a while. Cannot get these arms and stuff to go into the sides, but I had that same problem with Bumblebee. It's just a matter of very, very small figures, very tight tolerances, and just not a lot of room to get them in line. But I can do that with finagling. And Solus Prime, I'm looking forward to diving into when I can make sure that I don't have pieces flying everywhere in the same room that Hank's litter box is and stuff goes flying in the litter box. So prudence is the watchword for that one. But yeah,
Might as well
that's
throw it out and get another one.
that's what I got for wave 1. I also picked up thanks to some Dononomics, I was able to get from a seller on eBay was running a special 20% off of 3 Transformer figures from their selection. I had Missing Link, Cliff Jumper, and Bumblebee at BBTS for the same price, but with the discount for $20 more than this, I was able to get the Naruto collab figures. So for what I would have paid at BBTS for $20 more, I get a $55 set. And after watching the video for him, it looks pretty good. I do hope they can separate this mold for a Spitor, because it looks like it's going to be a really good little core class size figure on his own. And I hate for this mold to be locked into this set in some fashion. So there's that. I was not planning on getting the retro Bumblebee just because it's another Bumblebee, but I left a review at Walmart.com on a purchase. I got a $5 credit, and it said order arrives today by 5 p.m. And this was like 8 o'clock in the morning when I'm getting ready for work. I'm thinking, okay, they must be at the local store. Well, I got it yesterday, came in, no problem. Card looks great. I was at that store today and saw the other 3 on the shelf. They were mutilated.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I got very lucky that I was able to get one that's in this good of a shape. And it's licensed. I did not realize this would be a...
definitely.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if this was close enough to need the license or not. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, no,
the
every
vehicle
time,
mode, yeah.
Yeah, the vehicle mode, every time they've used this mold, it has to be licensed because it is 100% a realistic
Okay,
Volkswagen Beetle.
there's so many of these and so many variations of this, it's hard for me to keep track of which one is which, just to be honest.
Yeah, this is the 3rd or 4th time we've gotten this. We got the original Netflix one, we got Goldbug in the multi-pack, and this. Is there another one that I'm not remembering offhand?
Was Hubcap? Was the
Hubcap was
select
not.
Hubcap this?
That was the Cliff Jumper mold.
Okay.
I'm
See, I can't remember all those little nuances because
Yeah.
I'm old and feeble-minded. I do wish they had done the toy head on him, like
definitely.
y'all mentioned before, just because it makes more sense because they did the new head for Gears.
Either that, or I wish they would have photoshopped the box art to have a cartoon-style head.
Right.
That would have been great.
But after the review
I would have been 100% fine with that, to be honest.
Yeah. But, with the review code, I got it for like $18 with free shipping.
Yeah.
So it was definitely worth that.
So Don, it's funny you mentioned that, though, because yesterday Walmart emailed me twice and was like, "Hey, you want to review this thing you bought? One each for Bumblebee and Gears." So I have 2 more $5 off codes sitting waiting for me for something else now.
Yeah, they just got to find something.
As long as they want to keep doing this wacky cycle, because I used $5 off codes on Bumblebee and Gears in the first place. So like,
It's amazing.
as long as we want to perpetuate this forward, I will write nonsense reviews for them for $5 off codes.
Definitely. I mean, I wasn't going to get it because it's another Bumblebee.
Yeah.
But after seeing how pretty the Gears packaging was, it's like you can see the pictures, but it really hits you in person on how nice this packaging is. Last thing I got from BBTS was the animated Optimus Prime upgrade kit to give him his super mode and to give him a trailer, which he definitely needs.
Oh, yeah.
So this is sold out everywhere. It was in my pile of loot for 89 days because I was waiting for other stuff to come in. So I literally waited as long as possible. I wanted it now, but I waited because I had stuff. Well, this is pending, and this is pending, and this is pending, and this is pending. So, but I finally have this, and I'm looking forward to applying that to my animated Optimus. But that's all I have on topic right now.
Diecast, do you want to go next?
Sure. I got Prime of Prime.
Where'd you get Prime of Prime from?
Shipped from GameStop.
They've also
So,
been shipping out Red Alert.
Yeah, I didn't order Red Alert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a video for Red Alert. It's
Me
like
too.
that's just
I mean,
$35 for that.
yeah, no, I mean, Age of the Prime's Red Alert definitely looks very accurate and correct to Armada Red Alert. I'd still rather have the original toy. Anyway, go ahead, Diecast. I'm sorry.
I like Prime of Prime a lot. It's pretty posable. The transformation is a little weird getting it into the, I guess you would call it the truck mode or the Cybertronian van mode, whatever you want to call it. But it's not difficult or anything. It doesn't sound like it's like the one Don got.
Yeah, Solus Prime.
Solus, yeah, it doesn't sound like Solus. It's a pretty straightforward transformation. It just bends weird to kind of compact.
Well,
but
what?
yeah, I mean, trying to think. I did get the 2 Transformers little gold, or not gold even. They're just like solid metal cards that were limited to 1 of 500. Or limited to 500 pieces. I was able to get the Optimus and the Megatron. When they went on Hasbro Pulse's site, they immediately sold out. But I guess a week before they shipped, maybe some of the orders got canceled or something. I was able to pick up 1 of each, which it was really lucky because I got the Prime the first day, and it was saying Megatron was available, and then it was doing the thing when you sign in, and then it was saying it was sold out when you actually went to the page of the item. And then the next day after that, Megatron was available again somehow. So I got those 2, and they're like coins, kind of. I mean, they're cards. They're metal cards, but they're a little bit bigger than the coins. But they were only like $25 each, so not that bad. But that is all I got on topic.
Matt, did you get anything?
I got but one thing. Very nearly 10 years in the making. I got the Masterpiece DK2 card.
Awesome.
Nice.
So this is very likely the last Masterpiece I will ever buy because I'm just not that into them anymore. But I have been waiting on this since I think it was 2015 when we saw the first images of Ironhide. Masterpiece, I remember discussing it at BotCon in Rosemont.
Yep.
Yeah.
This was after Don had pulled that amazing game.
Yeah.
Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Yeah. But He's not the best masterpiece ever, but if anybody was listening, back 10 years ago, you'll remember that in the lead up to this, I was not a fan of this at all. And once I got it in hand, it blew my mind. Like the transformation on this thing is great. He's not perfect. His thighs are a little unproportionate and he's got the big hip plates on there, but I do still love it for what it is. And I've wanted the black one ever since the original came out, and they just didn't do it and didn't do it and didn't do it for very nearly a decade. And now I have it and I'm happy. Yeah, very likely the last masterpiece I'll ever buy, though.
Unless you count Missing Link, I am done with Masterpiece. Yeah. Cool. You said that was it?
That's it for me. Yeah.
John, did you get anything?
Nope. Still dry spell. I'm checking my Walmart daily, so maybe I'll have something next week.
Cool. Rob?
Only thing I got is BBTS finally filled my pre-order for the Autobot Headquarters Dramatic Capture set. It looks nice. This is my first time handling the mainframe mold. It's kind of ridiculous that I like that as much as I do. It is a wall that folds up into a robot, and just the deco is great. It just, from the back, it is definitely just a robot with dislocated shoulders that is squatting slightly. That is just, I don't know, that's more funny at this point than anything else, so I'll take it. But yeah, I like that. The Optimus Prime looks really good. It's probably the best that mold's ever going to look. Tolerances are a little bit to the worrying side of tight on the hips. And I think the fuel tanks are paint locked because I cannot get them to swing out. So yeah, I just, and jazz is jazz. I haven't actually bothered with it yet. But, just, I don't know. I think I'm going to try and stop pre-ordering as many Transformers, because just by the time the pre-orders get here, it stops feeling like something I've been looking forward to and more like a fulfilled obligation. Especially when I was getting this specifically for the deco on a figure I already owned. So, and now that has, some exciting new problems I need to work out on a figure that the figure I already own does not have. So, just very mixed feelings about this, but I do like the mainframe. So, I'll call it a net win, and that is all I've got on topic.
Chris, did you get anything this week?
I got one thing I want to talk about. It's not exactly on topic, but it was a gift, and we make exceptions for that. So, a little while back, Sean Hamilton was putting together some special care packages for the There Goes My Money crew. So, the second batch of those finally went out to the other half of us. A few went out fairly early, and then the other ones had to take a little bit longer. Mine came in the other day, so I am now the proud owner of an extremely exclusive There Goes My Money tote bag, as well as an even more exclusive Headmaster Don action figure.
Excellent.
So I did not get one of the rare chase barbecue rib Headmaster Dons, but I got the version that I wanted, though, which is service merchandise Don.
Oh, that's amazing.
I believe this is customized from a Boss Hog figure.
Whoa, wait. He took a Boss Hog figure from 1982, and he customized that into Don.
1981 by the copyright stamp, yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
So Don is wearing a blue shirt and red vest with a little service merchandise insignia hand-painted onto it. So yeah, I am the proud owner now of one of a very small handful of Headmaster Don action figures that exist.
I had that Boss Hog figure as a kid, by the way.
So did I.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
That'll be worth tens of dollars when I finally croak the bucket.
Don, I'm jealous. I've always wanted to be an action figure.
Well, you had that the Hasbro customized thing.
Yes,
remember?
yes, I do. That's right.
You're a Captain America or something somewhere, right?
Yes, I am a Captain America twice, I believe, because I got the full size one and then I got the 6-inch scale.
You should have got yourself made as a Power Ranger.
I know. If I would have known it was going away, I would have done that.
Yeah.
I am strongly considering buying an extra figure of Jack Black from the Minecraft movie because that is a pair of glasses far enough away to pass the squint test.
You could probably
Especially
also
at the-
go ahead.
Especially at the 4-inch scale. I mean, yeah, detail's not going to be as obvious there. So
You could also customize it as the ill-fated resistance guy from Gundam 00.
yes, also thinking, wouldn't be that hard to get to Jerry Garcia from there either if I felt like making one of those. So
Yeah. Anyway, Sean, thank you for this. I really appreciate the work that you put into this, and I'm glad that we made the There Goes My Money tote bags finally actually real. That's all I got this week.
Very cool. Okay. It's an embarrassment of riches what I got this week, and most of it I just didn't care for, but I begrudgingly bought it out of spite, and I kind of hate myself for it. Not out of spite. I did get the Bumblebee, the classics, the retro toy on the card. Walmart got it in stock, and it was, I don't know, whatever price it was. It looks nice. I'm happy with it. No complaints. I did hit up a couple of Walmarts looking for the Age of the Prime stuff, and it was a mixed bag. I found some Age of the Prime stuff and some Studio Series stuff. So I got Solus Prime, and I'm actually pretty excited about opening her because she looks great. They had Waspinator, and again, I'm semi-excited, less excited, but I did want this. So I actually went and canceled the pre-order that I had for it. Stuff I was less excited for that I found that I picked up. I really like Transformers 1. Normally I don't get Studio Series stuff unless it's G1, but I did get the B127, the Bumblebee. So hopefully I don't hate it. It may not get opened. It may go for Toys for Tots. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I did get one other thing. I got a 5th Quintesson Commander because they were $7 now.
Oh, very cool. I got the Devastation Studio Series Optimus Prime, and I haven't opened it yet. I don't hate the way it looks, though. I mean, honestly, it doesn't look that bad. I'm very well may open it. It might go on my desk at work. The thing I was most excited about, and also I'm looking in the Discord, and I'm seeing that Boss Don figure, and that's amazing. He's got the smock on, or the vest on. That's great. The thing I was most excited about that I kind of hate, I haven't touched it yet, but just based on what I'm looking in the through the window, which I love the windows being back. Transformers 1 Studio Series Sentinel Prime.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He is a Voyager. He's not really a small Voyager by today's scale. But like I would rather he be a leader or something. He's a larger than life character, and he deserves more than this. Toy may be fine, but just based on what I'm seeing through the window, it's not super enthusiastic about what I'm seeing. A couple other things I got. I was looking at Mandarake this weekend, and whenever yeah, it never ends well. This was not very expensive. And whenever I see Beast Wars 2nd, or Beast Wars Neo stuff, especially when it's something I don't have, especially sealed, I go for it. And this is a Beast Wars Neo D37 Hardhead, which is the retool of
cool.
Dinobot. So didn't have it. If I'm going to have a complete Beast Wars set, I need it. So got it, picked it up. It was worth it. Yeah, the last thing I got, I mentioned last week how it got lost in FedEx hell. It did, not the retailer's fault. I said it was something, I bought something I already have, and I probably got a couple of them, 2 or 3, but I didn't have it in the box. It is a vintage G1 Skywarp in the box.
Ooh.
Yeah. Price on it was pretty good too. So I found there was a Facebook ad for a Transformers. It looks great too. Like I think it's got paperwork in it and everything. I mean, it's really nice. The robot points are clipped on the back, but I don't care. Like on the shelf, it looks great. I'd gotten a Facebook ad for a new Transformers online store, at least new to me, called buytransformers.com. Like it's a generic name, but it looked legit. Like I was seeing like vintage G1 from both, well, actually from the US, Europe, and Japan, even China. And I'm like, you know, I bought something that using PayPal so that if it wasn't legit, that I could get my money back, and it shipped quickly. If it wasn't FedEx, I would have gotten it in like 2 days. And FedEx is probably fine in other locations. It's just not great here. And it was packaged extremely well. I have to give them props. It was packaged extremely well. One minor issue was not complete. It was labeled as complete on the listing. And in the photo, it's my fault partly because I didn't. It was clearly missing one of the fists in the photo, but it was labeled as complete. So when I got it, I sent him a note like, "Hey, this was listed as complete. I didn't notice that but it's missing a fist. I didn't notice that in the photo." They apologized and said that they had another Skywarp in stock because there could be Takara Skywarp in stock. They said because of variation, that they were sending both fists with it so that they knew it would match. And I thought that was awesome. Haven't gotten it yet,
Wow,
but
cool.
yeah, that's really taking care of a customer. So I'm going to give them props. In fact, actually, while you guys were talking, I came so close to buying something else from there. So, I don't know. I'm definitely buying from them again. So I am trying to hit up different like online Transformers retailers, especially ones that sell vintage things again, because that's a space that I want to get into this year, is doing like an online Transformer store. So I'm just trying to see what other folks do. And, it's always
It's nice that you can now justify this as market research.
It is market research. Yes. So, I'm very pleased. Once I get the fist, it'll be perfect, and I'm going to buy from them again. So, pretty happy with that. Next week, I have a couple of things coming that I'm excited about. I'll talk about them then. But with that said, let's jump to ham sandwiches, the off-topic portion of what we got this week. I'll start off. I got a couple of things. At least one thing. Where's the other thing? So I ordered, Don actually sent something to the chat that made me jump on it. And now I kind of regret it. He had sent a Super 7 Reaction Plus G.I. Joe figure to the chat. And I had ordered a couple recently over the last couple weeks. The one that I ordered from Amazon came first, and it's the Super 7 Reaction Plus Snake Eyes, which on the surface, its O-ring very much looks like a real American hero figure. But like I just don't feel great about it. So if you were buying G.I. Joe, a real American hero, the Walmart, I think they were Walmart exclusives, like the 2 and 3 packs back 25 years ago, like the plastic quality on some of those, not the best. And it really feels kind of like that. Plus the neck articulation is extremely limited. It's only left, right. You have no forward or back like you do on other figures. Otherwise, it's pretty true to a real American hero. It's not far off at all. It's a fairly decent representation. It is very basic, but so were the earlier real American hero figures. Later figures were a little more detailed, but this is really basic in the detailing. I do have Serpentor on the way, which I'll talk about next week, and I probably feel the same way. It just depends on, maybe that one I'll like better, but just generally speaking, I'm not super crazy about this, but if I was super hard up for more or new real American hero figures, I would probably buy more of these. And I can't remember. Yeah, I got it. So I was doing toy shopping. I found it sitting over here. It's nothing great, but on an end cap it was actually a hanger. Don, what are they called?
Sidekick.
Is it a sidekick that hangs from the like the end cap?
Yeah, or saddlebag. It depends on
saddlebag.
the type.
I think saddlebag was it. It was a bunch of Mad Balls that I saw, and as a kid, I loved Mad Balls. And like you had to pull them out and then pop them back in to pick the one that you want. And I got one with hair. That's what I got. Don, what'd you get?
A couple of things. Not big, I don't not big on the reactions myself, more for the card art. But I did get a Fatal Fluffy that just kind of neat, kind of an oddball thing that I don't think we're going to see in classified. Like classified Fatal Fluffy, I think would be cool and weird, but I don't think we'll see anytime soon. But it's just a neat little thing I wanted to get to hang on the wall, and the card came unpunched, so that was nice. Went to Ross recently. Found a $5 Phantom Turbo Ranger. Thought that'd be nice for the Power Ranger shelf. Because these things were like an exclusive somewhere, I think.
The clear one probably was.
Yeah.
That's the clear one, right?
Yeah.
And
Do you
I
have a
believe
regular-
they're still readily available online. So.
Do you have a regular Phantom Ranger too, or
No,
just
I
the
didn't. I got the motorcycle guy.
Blue Centurion?
When he was like $11 at Target on clearance. So I figured that those look good on the shelf together.
Yeah, I was just gonna make the joke if you had a regular one, you need to get a 1/12 pachinko machine. Because VRV Master, the Japanese version of Phantom Ranger, liked his pachinko for the few episodes he was in.
And a bottle of coffee milk.
Yeah. Watch
Um,
Car Ranger, everyone. Just watch Car Ranger.
Ranger.
Fighting for traffic safety.
Yeah,
Sorry,
just
Don, go
trust
ahead.
us.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I picked up a Shazam figure that I'm not quite sure of the origins of this version. He might be from one of the 52 that I don't really know about.
So you bought a Shazam figure that you don't recognize,
But
because
it's Shazam. It's just
Captain Marvel.
it's a neat take on the outfit. I'm gonna try to find out some more about this version of the character, but it's just a really cool outfit that I've never seen before, and it is one of the McFarlane Chase figures. And with them having lost the license, it may not be easy to find later on unless everybody dumps theirs whenever Mattel starts doing the new stuff. Who knows? And the last thing I got was thanks to some Dononomics, I got it for about half price. I got the new Super 7 Ultimates Red Laser, which is based on the pre-G.I. Joe British Action Force, if I'm not mistaken.
They're still making Super 7 G.I. Joe?
Yeah, this is brand new. And they also just came out with the Cobra Mortal, which is based the Argentinian repaint of Snake Eyes. They just now came out with that.
Okay, if this was a scale toy that I bought, I'd buy the hell out of that.
I mean, it's such a great look. The red and the black, and then the eyes.
If this were classified, I'd buy
I'm
multiples.
sure we'll get one. I'm sure they're going to dip into the Action Force British side of this, sprinkling it in when they can. But this is just such a beautiful, striking figure. And I saw some stuff on eBay, and I got about half of my money back. So that's about $28. So
I mean, has Hasbro like delved into like Fun School? I don't think they have.
Not on classified. I mean, everything is just pretty much RAH, but just put through the classified filter. But I would have to think that they're going to be doing all this different color. I mean, they did Glinda for the Dragonfly.
Yeah.
And I think, and she was kind of fringe, I think.
I mean, she's fringe. Yeah, she is. But also, she's not as fringe as, I mean, like half the Fun School stuff. That's
true.
Yeah.
And besides, like we've all talked about, Missing Link, give us those Argentinian colors of Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper and stuff like that.
Not $40 each.
Well, I'm just saying, if it's going to be done, they have a mold to do it, unless they do it with that Bumblebee, which I don't know if they would do or not. That'd be cool, though.
So we need to start getting like Super G.I. Joe cred so that the G.I. Joe team listens as well.
Uh-huh.
So we can tell them directly that I want more like Argentinian Fun School or Action Force stuff in my G.I. Joe classified. That's what I want. Plus like Drug Elimination Force and things like that.
Right.
Sonic Fighters.
Yeah, Sonic Fighters. Oh, yes.
Sonic Fighters Road Pig.
Yeah.
Blinding Orange, yes.
Yeah. Blinding Orange, you say?
Yes.
I'm interested.
Johnny
what else you have done? I like how we're all just co-opting Don's part of the segment. Anything else, Don?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, nothing else.
Matt,
nothing
did you get
else.
anything?
Just one thing. I picked up a Marvel Legends Angel because the
Have it
X-Men are the one thing that I continue to collect Marvel Legends
And
wise.
you're getting Archangel. You have Archangel coming, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
I do. Yeah, that's why I pulled the trigger on Angel because I've been waiting for quite some time. His wings are actually quite impressive. Really good sculpting on him. Really nice wingspan.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Cool. John, did you get anything?
Nope, not this week.
Rob?
Just a couple minor things. The latest kit in the 30-minute fantasy line is out in Japan. Surugaya had it for pretty much what US retail will be, about $24. So I grabbed that. It is I'm like one behind on those in terms of building anyway, so it is on the pile and waiting. And beyond that, I got a couple of art books, including one by the character designer for Macross, which I don't know what I was expecting, but it's just basically a bunch of like just everyday scenes. You know, the guy's a good artist. You know, probably can draw like 1 to 1.5 women's faces, but it's a really good face, and there's like about 30 of it in the book. So, you know, it was like $5, so whatever. And that's about it.
Well, I mean, it's better than Hisashi Hirai, who can only draw 1.5 faces.
Yes.
Chris?
People.
So I have more of an anecdote than anything, very short one. You know how, like, in general, you'll go to the store for some perfectly reasonable intention, like getting groceries or buying some socks or something, and instead you end up coming home with like $80 worth of toys because you made the mistake of walking over to the toy aisle. So the other day, I went looking for new toys and somehow ended up coming home with pants instead. Because Walmart's doing their inventory right now, so a lot of stuff is on clearance, and I actually found a pair of pants in my size for $13, which, let me tell you, that's an accomplishment. And they're not even that ugly. So I got some pants. A decent
Are they
pair
better
of
than
jeans.
Rustlers?
I don't even remember. Yes, I mean I don't buy jeans. I'm an old man. I don't buy jeans anymore. But I got some pants, a decent pair of pants.
Excellent.
Diecast, you get anything?
The only thing I got that I can think of is I got more parts for the R2D2 that I'm building. So I finally got a leg complete, and I'm working on the head. I actually built the
form the head.
lightsaber because it comes with a little lightsaber that pops out of his head, like Luke's lightsaber.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I'm hundreds of dollars into this, and I don't even think I have any parts of the body yet.
Boy, they saw
It's
you
pretty-
coming.
Yeah, and it's frustrating sometimes because sometimes like one of the issues will be out, like out of stock. So I'll get like 20 to 30 and I'm missing 25 and it kind of holds up the whole build. So now I have all these bags that I need to catch up on because I couldn't build for like 2 or 3 shipments because I was missing a set here, I was missing a set there. So this will probably be the last one that I do. Just because I wasn't very impressed. Oh, and then they sent me a t-shirt that is the wrong size, and I emailed them, and they're like, "Oh, well, we probably just sent out whatever was available." And I was like, "Well, I'm paying like it's probably going to end up close to $1,000, if not more, for this build a R2D2."
And you don't have to say that quietly because you're not at home and your wife can't hear.
Right, exactly. And I'm like, you can't even send me a t-shirt that will actually fit me. I mean, I'm an extra large. It's not like, I'm some
Yeah, that's the
odd
most common
size.
That's the most common men's shirt size in the country right now.
Yeah, so It hasn't been the greatest experience.
What company is doing this?
Fan Home.
Okay.
And they also have like an Optimus Prime that you can build.
They took over the Eagle Moss stuff that was in process when Eagle Moss folded, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And there's also a couple pieces that like you need to glue, which I'm not crazy about. I think the design could have been a little bit better to
Right.
where you didn't have to use like super glue.
hmm
Um, and then the dome itself, it looks like there's a lot of double-sided tape that I have to do.
Oh, that's
to
my
fit.
favorite.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that. Um,
Are you a fan home of that?
yeah, I'm
Yo,
a fan who's not usually home a lot. So
that's true. That's very true.
I should be out hunting witches. I'm in Salem, Massachusetts for anyone who has where in the world is
No, you
Diecast at?
shouldn't. No, you shouldn't.
What?
You should not be. You should not be out hunting witches.
Yeah, Witch
That's
Hunter.
what they do in Salem.
Yeah, no, Witch Hunter Robin was a terrible show. Nobody else is gonna know that reference.
I don't.
I know that reference, and I agree.
Insane Galvatron says, and I agree with him, $1,000 R2D2 better be able to bring me a soda.
Better
Yeah, I
be
don't
able
want
to
I don't
make
want a
me soda.
lightsaber popping out of the dome. I want a soda. I want like a cherry RC popping out of the dome, cold.
If it launched it the way it did in Jedi, I would not open that like any time after it did.
Yeah. Cool.
But
Anything else?
yeah, that's nope. That's all I got.
Cool. I want to thank our patrons at patreon.com/tfradio. Patrons get an ad-free version of the show. You get it a day early at a higher bit rate with the complete What We Got This Week segment, including non-Transformers content. There's a weekly Patreon exclusive pre-show podcast, which I need to catch up on. Unedited episodes of RSC exclusive to patrons. Now, Don belched this week. Is that he belched?
I sneezed.
I think it was both.
That was a sneeze.
It sounded like both.
Yes.
It sounded like you did both.
Anyway, no, I don't think that's a patron edit.
Okay.
Sorry,
So that's not a
patrons,
patron.
or not.
You'll, yeah.
Special one-time donations only.
Yeah. Yes, there you go.
On onlydons.com.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. You get a fancy
new show title.
Yeah. Let me make that change real quick.
No, that was. I have very loud sneezes.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so you get a fancy color in Discord, red for touch, purple for all other patrons. There goes my money. A week early, patrons at the touch tier get to be on There Goes My Money, and touch patrons get to be mentioned at tfradio.net/credits and on the show each week. And if we had onlydons.com, it'd be listed there as well. Kevin Dorsey, Daniel Scott, Jacob Owen Lucia, Sean Bratton, Emmett Stresovich, Hector Bones, Jay Klein Rye, Joey Russell, Here's Why It's Cool, Rabbits, Ryan Bona, Sean Williamson, Sean Hamilton, Spider Bob, Trickster, Nathan's Fast Talk Food Reviews, Mollusk Koenig. Did I mention everybody? Hector Bones, yeah, Emmett Stresovich. Thank you all so much. If you want to join these esteemed folk, go to patreon.com/tfradio to sign up. It's good. It's good for you. It'll help you out. Okay. You can also go to our Amazon affiliate link at tfradio.net/Amazon and buy anything. You can buy Bad Bunny or whatever it was that Don got earlier. You can buy that something I talked about in pre-show, this like 100 ounces of energy shot. There's so much stuff you can buy. It's totally worth it. Okay. You can find us at tfradio.net. Basically everything is there. In fact, there's stuff there that no longer exists, like our Twitter link. But you can go to tfradio.net and find 25 years worth, more or less, of podcasts. You can find me at briankilby.com and on Blue Sky at kilby.bsky.social. Rob Springer not here. He is at Rob Springer on Twitter, zonebase.org, and at zonebase.bsky.social. Don, how do people get a hold of you?
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR. I can be reached on Blue Sky at HMRC, the number 4 EVR.bluesky.social. You can also find me over on the Plasticast, Plasticon Studios YouTube channel. Last week we had a great discussion on what makes us keep buying the same toy over and over again. Why do we always buy an Optimus? What do we look for in something that we already have? And
I don't even know anymore.
yeah, I don't. It's well, we had some interesting discussions on what we individually look for. What makes us like it's Optimus. I've got an Optimus. I have several Optimuses, but I want this one. Why?
So did
And
you
that's
go
a
into
pr-
like, is it like with me where I literally will buy the same toy over and over again?
Well, we
I
kind
think
of did
you're
that.
like Spider's George, Brian.
Well, it's like we all know he's going to look like a red, white, and blue robot. He's going to look like a red, white, and blue truck. But if you can get from one to the other in a way that is unique, novel, well, that's synonyms for each other, really. If it does something that we haven't seen before and we like it, unlike Devastation Optimus, that's the bad figure. That's how you hook me. Also, I brought up Gears. The
Okay.
Gears.
How else can people find you, Don?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. Sorry. That's you can find me, wherever toys are sold, because I'll be there.
Very cool, Matt.
Melvar.bsky.social. That's with 3 L's and 2 R's.
Diecast.
Is muted.
You can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Diecast2. You can like my Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast. You can see my reviews on tfradio.net/reviews or youtube.com/rfcreviews. And you can catch me usually somewhere in the United States.
Very cool. John?
That John D everywhere except eBay where I'm Cloudburst, or LinkedIn where it's just my name. You can find me there too.
Oh, cool. Wow. That's putting yourself out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. On this little boutique cottage website called LinkedIn.
Yeah. I'm on LinkedIn as well if you want to connect. Actually, I have a lot of podcast listeners on my LinkedIn. So far it hasn't bitten me in the butt. Rob?
Well, for one thing, I feel where Don's coming from on that subject, just because I'm the kind of person who will sit there and listen to like multiple covers of a song on YouTube just to see which one I like best. But anyway, I can be found on Blue Sky at robflails.bsky.social. That is kind of sort of connected to Flailthroughs, my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@flailthroughs. Still covering Gundam Battle Operation 2. We just got to the Gundam F91 era. I posted around this week where I took on a bunch of F91s in a FAZ, which is kind of like taking on a series of state-of-the-art tanks in an Office Depot display model phone that has actually been rigged up to work. And beyond that, if you like what I'm doing over there, patreon.com/flailthroughs. You can support the channel. You can make requests. Details are all over there. And I have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/playlist.
Cool. Chris's internet's being rained out. Can you hear us, Chris? Can you share?
Yes, I would like to give my time to Don to talk more about Gears.
No. We've already done that. Let's just change gears and go back to you.
I'm Chris RTXV on Blue Sky, playwith.com, and I'm in our Discord, tfradio.net/discord, tfradio.amazon, or Amazon, tfradio.net/Chris list. Yeah. Too many links, and I'm trying to do it too fast before the rain takes my internet away again. Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Take care.
Recording stopped.
Yeah, I think the show title wound up being at donsonly.com.
Only Dons.
Only Dons.
Only Dons.
Yeah, onlydons.com.
Chris, is it raining that hard that's knocking out your satellite?
Yes.
Okay, so like the satellite internet is actually really good about dealing with weather, but like if you get a thick blob of rain overhead, the frequency that the satellite signal is at cannot penetrate a thickness of rain like that, and a cloud depth worth of rain doesn't seem like much substance, but over thousands of feet of that, yes, it attenuates the signal and nothing gets through.
Have you tried putting tin foil on the dish?
Hey, Chris, which dish do you have? Do you have the one that's just
The
like,
actuated one.
You have the actuated one, okay.
Yeah. They stopped supplying those 4 or 5 months after we got the hardware.
Okay. So I have the very basic one that's just like a wedge.
Yeah.
And it works great.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you can figure out where to point it, because like the actuated one is great. It was fun to set it up where it lives and watch it just like pivot and twist all over the place, trying to find where the signal was strong. And like it has just sat pointed at that spot forever. Like it was the most painless setup process for anything like that. Like I would hate to have had to do that manually, little by little with the signal meter in hand.
Which is what I had to do years
Yeah.
ago with my
Oh,
HughesNet dish.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah.
So I saw it, since I'm not actually paying for the service, I got a notice saying that there's a now $10 per a month 10 gigabyte plan for like a day pass that I
Oh.
might sign up for just for the heck of it. So, hey, people watching live, I'm killing the stream.
Good night, everybody.
So I'm going to say goodbye to you first, Twitch. Goodbye, Twitch. Next, it'll take a second. I'm going to say goodbye to YouTube. The tubes of you.
YouTube.
Okay, they've changed the dashboard, so I'm having to do some manipulation. Okay, bye, YouTube.
They'll just change